And here from American Family Field, John Sciambi, Jim Deshaies, and the owner of the Cubs, Tom Ricketts, joins us in the booth. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, guys.
Tell me how you experienced this season and being eliminated from the playoffs and sort of the ride for you.
Yeah, how many innings do we have?
As many as you need.
As many as I need. Well, first of all, I just want to thank both you guys and everyone at the network this year. I mean, the production value of the broadcasts have been incredible. I walk around the park every day and people tell me how much they enjoy our team and our shows and our games as we produce them. And you guys are great. Taylor too. It's been a great season. Thanks. Obviously, just like every other fan, this has been a tough few weeks here. We fell short of our goal of making the playoffs in a way that's been pretty rough emotionally. But you just have to look forward and try to build on this and hope the experience is going to make the guys, a little more focused next year, and everyone in the organization does that little bit extra to get us over the hump.
There's a point, obviously, where Jed shifted from sell mode to hold mode and go for it mode, and it didn't pan out. So it'd be you could look back and man, maybe they should have or would have. But the crowds that we drew in the second half and the energy in the ballpark in September was just off the charts. I mean, there's value in that, even though you didn't get there, right? There's value in just energizing the fan base and the way it looked at the ballpark in September.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to second guess what we did in the midseason. I think that bringing in some extra people to to help, extra players to help out, really energized the second half of the season, and frankly, we were so close. And this is the only game of the year that didn't matter to us.
Yeah.
So I think it was all worth it, and I think Jed did the right thing, and I'm looking forward to bringing a lot of these guys back next year, and hopefully we're adding in July again.
Chamber Candelario here with 2 down and a count 0-1. Tom Ricketts joining us here in the booth. A couple quick outs, so we're gonna hold you hostage. We're gonna keep you here.
That's fine.
Okay. Hey, as far as Kyle Hendricks, a guy, he's got an option for next year. He's a guy that is still connected. We'll get a chance when we come back with Tom Ricketts to talk about Kyle Hendricks.
Well, there's a tease. If ever there was a tease.
And it's television. More with the owner of the Cubs coming up. Back here in Milwaukee, American Family Field, as we go to the bottom of the third, 3-0 Brewers. John Sciambi, Jim Deshaies, and Cubs owner Tom Ricketts. As we were going to break, we brought up Kyle Hendricks, who's got an option for next year. He's the last guy. Technically, I mean, Candelario obviously played on that team, but as far as tied to that 2016, what's your expectation as far as Kyle and his option and the future with him?
Well, Kyle's one of the great stories of the summer, coming back from some injury issues last year, and I know we have a team option on him, and I'll leave that up to Jed, but I don't see why we wouldn't be bringing him back next year. It's he's a solid guy. He does have that relationship to the past, but he's good, still good, and he's a great teammate, and I imagine he'll be in our rotation next year.
It was fun to watch him this year get healthy and pitched very much like we saw the professor pitch during the prime of his career.
Well, people forget how consistently good he's been generally. He had last year was tough and the year before got a little choppy, but he had a lot of really great years in there, like ERA title kind of years, and I'd imagine he'll be coming back next year. But once again, baseball decisions aren't my department.
No, I get it. So, I mean, yeah, and you're talking about, basically 16 through 21. He was probably top 7 in the majors in ERA. I mean, cumulatively with guys like Verlander and Scherzer and Kluber and Kershaw and all those guys. That one in the dirt to Mark Canha.
I think you can make an argument, based on X number of innings pitched. He may be the best pitcher out there that hasn't made an all-star team yet, right?
He never made the all-star team. Well, maybe next year.
I mean, led the league in ERA, and I think because he doesn't throw 95 miles an hour, he kind of beneath the radar a little bit.
Flies under the radar a bit, yeah.
What are you excited about going forward, not just next year, but multiple years going forward?
Well, I mean, I look at our whole organization and see how healthy it is from top to bottom. We added some players at the trade deadline, but with some minor leaguers that are good, but not our core, not our best prospects. And across the board, we had in each minor league level, we had some good seasons. With 3 out of the 4 were, as one of the top teams in their divisions. Tennessee won the league. The Pelicans got close, but I just see a lot of great players coming, and you saw some of them this year. I mean, some of the guys, obviously, Wicks and Assad are guys that came out of the system that performed really well, and we got more guys coming. So I'm excited about the fact we have a core of players that'll be back next year, and a lot of young guys that'll be knocking on the door to help them win.
Cade Horton looks like a guy who could come quickly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Horton obviously pitched in those playoff games for Tennessee, and he was great.
What did you make of the shortstop? You signed him to that big deal, and he came out and I think is very worthy of winning another Gold Glove. What was your take on watching Dansby every day?
Yeah, when you look at Dansby, I mean, it just solidifies the entire team. He's that steady veteran at short. He makes all the plays he should make, plus a few that he probably shouldn't. And so he's a great guy. And he's also a great teammate and a great leader. So, you look at the free agent insanity of last offseason, and I think Jed played it as well as it could be played with getting the right player into our organization.
Adames here with the count 2-1. Brewers with the lead, 1 out. Valencia. And that one fouled back. And fun watching Swanson and Horner together form one of the better middle infield duos in the game. I think both have a chance to win a Gold Glove.
Yeah, it's nice when the ball goes up the middle, your heart doesn't jump in your throat. Like, that if a play is makeable, those guys will make it.
Yeah, you're out.
And they've been great. And of course, Nico's come a long way in his couple years too. He's a Gold Glove type of guy, and also a team leader.
Line down towards right field, and Canario.
And obviously we've extended him a little bit, so we've got him for a few years in our core, and that's going to be great for our club.
All right, so one of the topics that fans are going to ask about is Cody Bellinger had such a sensational season, and obviously he became a fan favorite. What's your interest level in bringing him back?
Well, I think every team would love to have Cody Bellinger. We'd love to have him back. Turned out he had a great season. He's a great teammate, popular guy. I think he had a good summer here. I think he enjoyed Chicago. We'll do our best. I mean, it's you just never quite know. I mean, the way the contracts get written these days, you have to be very careful. It's not just the dollars, it's the length. And, some teams are willing to go 10, 11 years on guys. And you just have to be really careful because, I mean, no matter how you slice it, you can only spend every dollar once. And hopefully we'll find something that works for everybody to keep that going.
Maya just runs out of room back there up against it. Yeah, he seemed to really enjoy it. And I think one of the things that you got a real sense for is that the players that came over enjoyed their experience as Cubs.
Yeah, well, Chicago's a great place to play. When we go out to talk to free agents, we never have to sell the Cubs. I mean, players like the fact that the ballpark is full, it's in the city, you can live a few blocks away. And most of the players that are free agents already have, they're already settled down, they have families, they want to be home at night. Friday and Saturday day games, that's a plus. So recruiting's never an issue for us. We have a great place for players to come. Obviously the dollars tend to win out over day games, but we'll see how it goes this offseason.
Swing and a miss. Donaldson comes up empty. Yeah, there's 2 down. Seiya Suzuki had a fun year, especially the last couple of months, didn't he? Obviously, that play in Atlanta was tough, but what an amazing year he put together. Yeah,
unbelievable. Obviously a little up and down there, and had some issues, maybe some confidence issues for a few weeks there. But if he can pick up next year where he left off this year, we're a different team. He's living up to his potential now, and a great teammate as well.
What can we look forward to at CubsCon? Last year was my first, and it was really cool.
I don't know what the Cubs convention plan is. I'm sure it'll be great, though. They get better every year.
All right. We get a statue coming?
I think there's someone carving a statue as we speak. I'm not sure when we're premiering it.
Okay.
But we'll get the Rhino statue moving pretty soon.
I love it.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's also, not only was he a great player, but he's just a first-class guy to have around the organization, and great to have him back with us.
I was kind of hoping Rhino would go out there to Gallagher Way one day and just stand on the podium for a while.
Kind of hold the pose.
He's
Spray
such a
paint himself gold or
You know
silver.
what? He is such a team player. If the team asked him to do that,
he would do
it.
So yeah, so Rhino with his statue, would you be hitting? Is he going to be turning a double play? I mean,
We'll see.
we'll have to wait and see
You have to wait and see.
for the unveiling.
Love it. So game 162. When you rewind and you think about where this team was June 15th and the way it played out, I mean, you pleased?
Well, I mean, obviously you can't be pleased when you miss the playoffs
Yep.
when that's your goal. But I think overall, I mean, we've had a couple seasons in here. It feels like a couple different seasons.
I know it.
And I just know that I think we had we put on a good show for the fans. Players played really hard. We came up a little short, but we're going to build on that for next year.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a really good ride. Thanks so much for the time, and we appreciate you stopping by.
All right, thanks guys. Really appreciate it.
You got it.